Yeah, I was just saying, this lady kind of mentioned lots of different kind of elements of the play, what she thought. Yeah. When you first read it, when you started rehearsals, were they there, all those things already there, or as the rehearsal process progressed, did you realise it was about more and more things, and more things became evident about what this play is?
Well, it's a funny thing, because Raman, particularly with me, was trying to strip things away from what I was doing, and trying to make me be my acting to be simpler. So I think at the start we sat around the table for a couple of weeks and we had quite good in-depth discussions. And then we got up, and I think I wanted to carry on sort of digging deep. And he said, you know, you don't need to go that far. We need to have it at a different level to make it simpler, which took me quite a long time to get my head around. Actually, I found that particularly challenging to act like that. But now I think I've got it. I think I quite like it.
The rehearsal process, actually. I understand that you were quite open and transparent about within the rehearsal process, inviting mystery guests to come in and give feedback. And I just wondered how much of an effect that's had on what we've seen this evening.
People who came in were very useful. Sometimes useful because they were bored, and sometimes useful because they would have reactions. You know, instinctive, involuntary reactions that you know are very legible. Like if you're sitting next to someone, as a director or as actors, you can feel if someone's paying attention or if they or not. And also, it's just one of the things that can happen in rehearsal is that you get into a sort of groupthink situation where you close the doors and you lock yourself away and you work very intensely for 4 or 5 weeks. And then there's a real shock when you come out and meet the world. And I didn't think that was useful for this play. It's very useful for certain plays. And I wanted to really minimise that by keeping the doors open. So there was a constant stream of people. And the actors were really good about that, actually, about working with that. And you were all, they were all invited people as well. And, I mean, it worked, I think, for this play. It doesn't necessarily work for every play. But I also do think that theatres are really, I mean, it's not like any other art form, is it? You see it once and that's it. And your first impressions are very, very important. And so, someone just coming in off the street can have the answer. We could be struggling doing something, and someone goes, well, why don't you just put why is he doing that? Or I just didn't, why don't you just do that? And that can be the answer, and anyone can have the answer at any point. And that's something I did not believe when I went into the theatre 20 years ago, and it's something I do really believe now. And so I must say I've got an enormous amount of this staging is created by all the people here and a whole bunch of people who aren't here actually.
And for us as well, it really helped. Because otherwise, all we had to look at was him. So,